Tuesday, October 27th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, bringing you today's headlines in the area. Rob Adams will be joining us with the latest sports and weather, and Donald Ang will give us a look back on this day in history. But first, on to today's news. Stanford police released a sketch Monday afternoon of the suspected rapist who attacked a jogger early on October 16th at Cove Island Park. The suspect is described as a light-skinned Hispanic male who spoke English with a heavy Spanish accent, approximately 5'6" or 7", with a stocky, compact build, with light facial hair and a pot or beer belly, according to a statement from police. He was described as wearing black athletic shorts and sneakers, a green zip-up fleece top, and a dark-colored baseball hat. Anyone with information regarding the incident is asked to contact the Stanford Police Major Crime Squad Unit at 203-977-4417. All calls will be kept confidential. The victim, a 30-year-old woman who told police she went running at Cove Island Park regularly at 5:30 a.m., was attacked on the north side of the running path. She saw him her first time around the track and thought he looked odd because he was dressed like he was out for a run, but didn't have the appearance of being a runner. On her second time around, he grabbed her and pulled her down, assaulting her once there and dragging her down to the water line. She later told police he smelled of alcohol. According to the Stanford Advocate, police said the attack was so brutal that the woman thought her assailant was going to drown her. She had left her cell phone home and had only an iPod with her, and so had to run the 1.5 miles home to be able to call police, giving the attacker ample time to get away. Police have asked that anyone with information who may have seen anything that morning at the park to call them. Well, with a statewide drought continuing, higher than average water demand, and the Connecticut Department of Public Health asking for voluntary water conservation, Aquarian Water Company is requesting customers to shut down sprinklers and irrigation systems for the season. Aquarian's reservoirs in the southwest region of the state are below half their capacity, and yet demand is running approximately 12.2% higher than the same period last year. Charles Ferlot, who is the Aquarian president and CEO, says that due to the continuing drought and ongoing high water demand, Aquarian is asking customers to turn off sprinklers and irrigation systems for this season. He said it's important to our customers to support these voluntary water conservation measures and to use their water resources wisely. This new request follows a previous customer alert and voluntary conservation request a month ago. To save water, Aquarian recommends that customers, of course, shut off their sprinklers and irrigation systems, repair leaks in plumbing and fixtures, switch to water-efficient toilets, washing machines, and dishwashers, turn off tap water while washing hands, shaving, or brushing teeth, of course, taking shorter showers. Aquarian has posted other numerous conservation tips at aquarianwater.com/conserve. Well, an East End restaurant was peppered with gunfire early Sunday, caught in the crossfire of rival gangs, according to the Connecticut Post. Police said at least one person was wounded and a young woman arrested after police said she was left holding the gun. Police said the shooting was related to a trial that ended Monday with the connection of two gang members. Shadanziah Fleming, 23 years old, of Terrace Circle, was charged with carrying a pistol without a permit, possession of a firearm, theft of a firearm, and possession of a weapon in a motor vehicle after police said she was found sitting in a car with a loaded .45 caliber handgun on the floor. Police said shortly after 2:30 in the morning they responded to Chicken and Waffles on Stratford Avenue for a report of gunfire. A car riddled with bullet holes and bloodstains on the rear seat was found abandoned nearby. Police said they found nearly a dozen spent bullet shell casings on the street and sidewalk. Police said they later learned that a 20-year-old West Haven man had been driven to Bridgeport Hospital with 2 gunshot wounds to his right arm, but they said the man wouldn't say who shot him or why. Police interviewed several witnesses who reported seeing 2 groups, all wearing black hooded sweatshirts, arguing with each other from opposite sides of Stratford Avenue prior to the shooting incident. Police in West Haven said they arrested a 19-year-old man for carrying a fake AR-15 gun near a school. James Henry Quakenbush was reportedly walking near West Haven High School just after 2:30 in the afternoon. He was behind the Bennett rink next to the school. Police said someone called 911 to report that a male was seen walking with a rifle. West Haven High School was put into immediate lockdown for the students who had not yet left for the day. A heavy police presence was dispatched to the campus. They eventually found Quakenbush inside a pathway of Painter Park. The gun they said he was carrying was a pellet or BB gun in the style of an AR-15 rifle. They said they charged him with carrying a dangerous weapon, possession of a dangerous weapon on school grounds, and breach of peace. He was held on bond. Well, the Milford Regional Chamber of Commerce will hold its November networking business after hours at the Irish Heritage Society of Milford's new location, which is the former Star Cafe at 131 Bridgeport Avenue, on Wednesday, November 18th. The cafe was somewhat famous for hosting Robert De Niro and Al Pacino in 2007 when they filmed scenes from their movie Righteous Kill there. The building has existed since the 1930s or 40s. The Irish Heritage Society bought the property and recently completed renovating it for their club. There will be food courtesy of Off the Hook Bar and Grill of Milford at the Business After Hours event. The cost is $16 in advance, $20 at the door, and $25 for prospective members. For more details on that, you can visit milfordmirror.com. Well, the Trumbull Animal Group is seeking donations for an injured cat. Stevie the cat was brought into the shelter with infected eyes, one already missing and very thin. He has flourished under the care of shelter staff and is very sweet and loving, according to volunteers. Unfortunately, Stevie will need surgery to close up his bad eye. The shelter is looking for donations to help defray the cost of surgery. After surgery, Stevie will be looking for his new home. You can call the shelter at 203-452-5088 for more information or to donate. You can visit all pets available for adoption at the Trumbull Animal Shelter, 324 Churchill Road, or call for more information. Well, it's now time to throw it over to Rob Adams for a look at today's weather. Rob?
And Stevie, get well soon. My gosh, that's a
I
tough
know.
story for us pet lovers. But thanks, Kate. Good morning, everyone. Nice day outside, but as Kate said, there are some drought problems. So, we're not quite to a full-fledged drought, but you definitely want to keep an eye on conserving water. A partly sunny day, that doesn't help things. A high near 57 with a southwest wind around 6. Tonight, a slight chance of rain after 3. That's this afternoon, excuse me. No, I beg your pardon. Tonight, overnight after 3 a.m. Mostly cloudy, a low 47, so that'll start helping some things. And there's going to be a bit of rain coming tomorrow. It's mainly after 8 tomorrow morning, heavy at times, high 61, with an east wind from 16 to 18. So, that kind of nor'easter factor. Chance of precipitation, solid, 100%, 3/4 and an inch possible of rain tomorrow. Showers continue to roll on into tomorrow night. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall with areas of fog and temperatures rising to around 65 by 2 in the morning. And it's a breezy night with a southeast wind from 17 to 24 miles per hour, maybe 1 to 2 inches of rain. So hopefully we do kind of need it. I know we don't want the rain, but we do kind of need it. To Thursday, a chance of showers mainly before 8 in the morning, areas of fog before 11, otherwise cloudy, then generally mostly sunny after that with a high near 71. But the wind stays kind of strong, 10 to 15 out of the southwest. That's why we're going to get that warm temperature, 71. Not that I'm playing the role of a meteorologist. Mostly clear, 46 for Thursday night. We have 50 in Shelton. Richfield only 44, and Darien has 50 degrees, Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Rob. We're going to take a break, come back with a lot more news. Rob will have the latest on high school sports, and Donald Eng will give us a look back on this day in history coming up after this.
When you experience a sports injury, you want to get better and fast. Coastal Ortho Express gives you direct access to orthopedic care quickly. Their physicians are fellowship trained in sports medicine at world-class universities and are also team doctors for area football teams. For specialized personal care of sports injuries, go to Coastal Ortho Express. Open Monday through Saturday in the iPark Building, 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk, or coastalorthoexpress.com. Coastal Orthopedics, keeping you on the move.
Darien Sport Shop is a unique store because it's a family store. A busy mom can come in with kids in tow and find everything she needs for them, and even find a dress for herself for Saturday night. And if she's in a rush, she can simply go home and order it from us that night. We'll deliver it the next day. The Darien Sport Shop. We're pretty on the outside and amazing on the inside. Conveniently located with free and easy parking at 1127 Post Road, Darien, Connecticut. Or shop us online at dariensport.com.
Football University, the nation's leading football training experience, is now accepting applications for its 2015 camps. Our elite faculty of NFL coaches and top professionals teach position-specific on the field and in the classroom to improve your football IQ and help you reach your full potential as a player. Apply today at footballuniversity.org. Football University, where technique plus talent beats talent alone.
The fall bite is heating up. Albies, bonita, blackfish, alligator blues, and stripers are following the large schools of bait in the Long Island Sound. This is the time to visit the New England coast, and the Dock Shop can get you outfitted with the latest fishing gear, jackets, hats, gloves, and fleece. Boater, beach bum, fishermen simply love the New England coast. This is a unique place to shop. The Dock Shop, now in 2 locations, 51 Tokenique Road, Darien, 609 Riverside Avenue, Westport, or on the web, dockshop.com.
You are watching the HAN Network, and you're not alone. 102,000 viewers have enjoyed the HAN Network in just the last 6 weeks. Advertise on the network that reaches Fairfield County, Connecticut's most engaged audience. Contact Jessica Murrin, Advertising Director, at 203-273-7312 or email jessica@han.network.
When you experience
Back on this Tuesday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network, I'm Kate Czaplinski. Going to throw it over to Donald Eng right now for a look back on this day in history. Don?
Well, Kate, on this day, efficient work in a recording studio made the country a little bit more soulful. But first, we're going to go to 1787, the first of the Federalist Papers published in the New York Independent. The Federalist Papers were a series of 85 essays urging the adoption of the new U.S. Constitution. They were written by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay, but published under the pseudonym Publius. 1858, Nantucket, Massachusetts native Roland Macy opens a department store in New York City. It was Macy's 8th dry goods store. The other 7 had all gone out of business. 1936, Mrs. Wallace Simpson files for divorce, which would eventually allow her to marry King Edward VIII of the United Kingdom, thus forcing him to abdicate the throne. 1992, U.S. Navy radio man Alan Schindler brutally beaten to death by shipmates for being gay. That precipitated the Navy, the military, then the nation, to debate gays in the military. It eventually would result in the U.S.'s don't ask, don't tell policy. And finally, 1960, there was this.
So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me.
That was Benny King recording his first solo songs. The singer-songwriter had left the Drifters the year before over a contract dispute, and he had rented a studio to record the song Spanish Harlem. But when recording wrapped up about an hour ahead of schedule, King decided to go ahead and record another song he had written but planned to sell. That, of course, was Stand By Me. On this date, 1960, Benny King records Stand By Me and Spanish Harlem. That is your look back in history, and I am Donald Eng.
Good job, Don. You promised to make it a more soulful coffee break.
Did I deliver?
You did. You did
thank
deliver.
you.
All right, well, I'm going to get back to some less soulful news, but actually, turns out this major company may have a soul because outdoor retailer Recreational Equipment Inc., known as REI, has announced that it will buck Black Friday and close its 143 stores on the Friday after Thanksgiving. According to the Associated Press, the company told members the plan in an email Monday, saying instead of working, they'll pay their employees on November 27th to be outside. REI also created the social media hashtag #OptOutside and a website where people can share their outdoorsy plans for that day. The National Retail Federation said fewer people shopped over Thanksgiving weekend last year due to early discounts, more online shopping, and a mixed economy. A $2 billion a year company, REI has been named by Fortune magazine as one of the top 100 companies to work for. Well, it sure sounds that way, but it is time to throw it over now to Rob Adams for the latest on sports.
And Kate, bravo to REI. That's A great thing, shutting down on Black Friday, get their employees outside. Great stuff, because we love to be outside. That's how we segue right into sports, and we've got a lot of it to get through. And then Don and I have more of it to talk about on Nutmeg Sports as we set you up for the soccer and the other tournaments that are coming up. We start in boys soccer with Stanford got a 3-2 victory over Ridgefield. Tough loss for the Tigers. Trinity Catholic took care of St. Joe's 2-1. Norwalk and Wilton. Everybody bow our heads. Scoreless draw. We don't like scoreless games. We don't really like ties, but we definitely don't like 0-0. Danbury beat Staples 3-1. It was Central over West Hill 3-2. Darien 3, Trumbull 1, and Ludlow over McMahon 4-1. On to field hockey now, where Norwalk took care of Fairfield Ward 4-0. Staples over Greenwich 2-0. Ludlow 2, St. Joseph 1, Ridgefield over Newtown 3-0. In girls volleyball, the winners were Ludlow by a 3-0 win over Danbury, Trumbull 3-2 over Stanford, St. Joseph 3, Norwalk 0, McMahon 3, Greenwich 2. It was Darien over Central 3-0, Ridgefield 3, Trinity Catholic 1, New Canaan over Wilton 3-0, and Ward over Staples 3-2. To the Tuesday schedule for you, a busy day. Now, boys soccer, New Canaan and Greenwich. This is an important game, and here's why. Most of the seeds are set in the FCAC at this point. But the thing we don't know is, where is Greenwich going? We know Ridgefield will be at Danbury. We know Ward will be at Ludlow. Ridgefield-Danbury, that's the 8-1 game. Ward and Ludlow is the 5-4 game. What we don't know is, if Greenwich wins, they probably go and play, they should go and play Darien on Thursday. Greenwich loses, then it's Staples at Darien. Greenwich goes to Wilton. It's a lot for me to think about and process, but we're doing our best here. Danbury did clinch the top seed for sure, and Darien is the number 2 seed. Wilton 3, Ludlow 4. From there, it's just a matter of Ward 5, and is it Greenwich 6 or Greenwich 7? And where does Staples fit into all that? To girls soccer, Stanford at Ridgefield, Danbury at Staples, Darien home for Trumbull, Central at West Hill, Trinity Catholic at St. Joseph, Ludlow home for McMahon, Greenwich at New Canaan, Wilton at Norwalk. Field hockey, Danbury home for Trumbull, Stanford at Darien, Ward at New Canaan. Girls volleyball, Greenwich at Ludlow, McMahon home for Trumbull, and Ward is at St. Joseph. Finally, girls swimming and diving, Darien at Danbury. And of course, Thursday begins the playoffs, so we will have a playoff game in boys soccer right here on the HAN network. We think we know where, we think we might even know the time, but there's still a few things to work out. So, as they say, check your local listings. With sports, I'm Rob Adams. Kate, back over to you.
All right, thanks so much, Rob. Well, getting back to some of today's news. 8 of the 12 members of the New Canaan Town Council said they favor continuing to allow dogs in New Canaan's Bristow Sanctuary. The non-binding poll was conducted by Town Council Bylaws and Ordinances Committee Chairman Steve Carl during an October 21st council meeting. The question of whether or not dogs should be allowed in the sanctuary came up in May when Parks and Recreation Committee recommended that dogs be banned in Bristow, in part because they were seen as disruptive to nesting birds. Parks and Recreation made the same recommendation in 2014, and the council decided then to continue to allow dogs under the town's park leash law ordinance. Bristow Sanctuary is a 16-acre parcel that was gifted to the town in the 1930s. In July, the council heard arguments from the public in favor and opposing dogs in Bristow. In September, an attorney for the town said that the deed to the property referred to birds and called the land a sanctuary, but made no mention of dogs. As the deed was silent on dogs, it also therefore did not prohibit dogs, according to the attorney. However, there's a lot more on that story at ncadvertiser.com. Well, Stratford's Eli Whitney Elementary School has often been called a special place, but a national organization considers it something else. Excellent. The Stratford Elementary School on Huntington Road and the school's Parent-Teacher-Student Association were recognized recently by the National PTA as a school of excellence. The honor was given for Whitney's achievement in building effective family-school partnerships. Whitney was one of 4 schools in Connecticut and 124 throughout the country bestowed with that honor. A banner denoting the recognition now hangs just inside the school's lobby entrance. Eli Whitney's 500-plus students and their teachers gathered Monday to celebrate the achievement during a ceremony complete with a slideshow of moments with the students on campus and on their field trips. The National PTA launched the School of Excellence program to help strengthen family-school partnerships across the country and make measurable progress in the areas of education, health and safety, and the arts and cultural exploration. According to the National PTA, families feel welcomed and empowered to support student success at schools of excellence, and the PTA is a key partner for continuous school improvement. So congratulations, a lot more on that story on Eli Whitney's achievement at StraffordStar.com. Well, in Trumbull, over 1,200 ninth grade students, their parents, guardians, and community members attended Trumbull High School's underage drinking and drug forum called Choices Have Consequences on Tuesday, October 10th. The forum, which celebrated its 10th anniversary this year, was established for residents to learn about the physical, emotional, social, and legal consequences of underage drinking. The program also educated about Connecticut's social host law, which was expanded in 2012 to significantly increase the penalties for adults who provide a place for teens to drink. This year, in response to attendee feedback, the forum also highlighted the risks and consequences of teens using marijuana and prescription drugs. In 2006, both the Underage Drinking Forum and the Trumbull Partnership Against Underage Drinking and Drugs were created when it was identified that Trumbull teens were drinking alcohol at higher rates than their peers. Well, there's also more on that story at TrumbullTimes.com. I'm going to throw it back over to Rob for another look at today's weather. Rob?
Nice day outside, Kate. Sunny skies as we glance out the window. Partly sunny, a high 57 tonight. Slight chance of rain after 3 in the morning. Mostly cloudy, low 47. The wind is going to start to pick up. Chance of precipitation only 20%. Gets stronger as we move into Wednesday when it's rain mainly after 8 tomorrow morning. Rain heavy at times. High 61 with an east wind from 16 to 18. Chance of precipitation solid, 100%. We're going to need it since we've got some potential drought conditions in the area. New precipitation amounts seem to be between 3/4 and 1 inch possible of rain. Showers and possibly a thunderstorm for Wednesday night. Some of the storms could produce heavy rainfall with areas of fog and temperatures rising to 65 by 2 on Thursday morning. Breezy with a southeast wind, of 17 to 24 miles per hour with a 100% chance of rain. And that's 1 to 2 inches of rain we might see Wednesday night. More rain Thursday morning, but it's mainly before 8. Areas of fog before 11 o'clock, Otherwise cloudy, gradually becoming mostly sunny, and a high 71. So wherever we are for that soccer game on Thursday, we're going to want those nice temperatures. Southwest wind 10 to 15, gusts as high as 25. So keep that in mind, just kind of tie down anything loose. Chance of precipitation drops down to 30%, mostly clear, 46 for Thursday night. Sunny and 58 for Friday, sunny and 55 for Saturday, and Sunday, partly sunny, a high near 58 degrees, looking at 60 as we go into next week, so I like the sound of that. Shelton has 51, Ridgefield still hanging around at 44, and Darien at 50 degrees, Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Rob. Well, before we take a break and recap some of our top stories this week, we do want to mention that the HAN Network and the Prospector Theater are inviting you to the Halloween short film screening contest this Saturday, October 31st at the Prospector Theater, 25 Prospect Street in Ridgefield. The screening starts at 10 a.m. with the HAN Network submitted films, followed by the films submitted to the Prospector at 11 a.m. The HAN Network screening contest is more along the lines of PG-13 and might not be suitable for some of the Prospector's younger filmmakers. However, all filmmakers are invited to each screening. The cost of admission is $7 and is good for both screenings. A filmmaker Q&A will follow both. Filmmakers are invited to watch the 12:45 p.m. showing of the Sphere-produced Bride of Frankenstein. Packages are available for Bride of Frankenstein and Halloween film contests for $15. The Little Shop of Horrors is also available. But you can get more information on that Fast Frights contest at fastfrights.com. Now we're going to take a break, come back and recap some of the top news today on your coffee break after this. In Pound Ridge since 1993, the Wine Connection is one of America's best wine shops. Visit our beautiful store for the greatest in wine and knowledgeable service. With wonderful values from around the world to collectibles for your cellar, we are your one-stop source. Visit our online shop at wineconn.com and make sure to sign up for email updates. With great offers, new arrivals, and special events, don't miss all the action at the Wine Connection, including tastings every weekend. The Wine Connection, located at 32 Westchester Avenue, Pound Ridge, New York.
It's time to come back to hometown banking, where people are taken into account, not just balances. Where community comes first. A place where there's more than one kind of interest. Where automation will never replace consideration. Where they not only know your name, they know your dog's name too. It's time to expect more. It's time to bank well. Bank smart. Bank local. Bank well.
Back to school means back to busy, and Stewart's Market can save you precious time by stocking all of your favorite essentials under one roof. For a healthy start to school, we have all the ingredients. Walter Stewart's, your family-owned fresh local market, 229 Elm Street and at stewartsmarket.com.
Tired of all the bull? Relax and enjoy the experience of buying a car at Panby Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram. No bull allowed.
Healthy, confident smiles begin at Stratford Orthodontics. Conveniently located on Main Street, we are Stratford's hometown orthodontist. We offer the latest in orthodontic technology, including Damon braces and Invisalign. We always accept new patients. Call today to schedule a complimentary consultation. 203-375-8332. Stratford Orthodontics, 2499 Main Street, Stratford. 203-375-8332. And online at stratfordsmile.com.
And we're back on this Tuesday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski, recapping some of our top stories today. Stanford police released a sketch Monday afternoon of the suspected rapist who attacked a jogger early on October 16th at Cove Island Park. The suspect is described as a light-skinned Hispanic male who spoke English with a heavy Spanish accent, approximately 5'6" or 7", with a stocky, compact build, light facial hair, and a pot or beer belly, according to police. He was described as wearing black athletic shorts and sneakers, a green zip-up fleece top, and dark-colored baseball hat. Anyone with information regarding the incident is asked to contact the Stanford Police Major Crime Squad Unit at 203-977-4417. The victim, a 30-year-old woman, told police she went running at Cove Island Park regularly at 5:30 a.m. and was attacked on the north side of the running path. On her second time around the track, he grabbed her and pulled her down, assaulting her once there and again after dragging her down to the water line. She later told police he smelled of alcohol at the time. According to the Stanford Advocate, police said the attack was so brutal that the woman thought her assailant was going to drown her. She had left her cell phone home and had to run 1.5 miles back to call police, giving the attacker ample time to get away. Police have asked that anyone who may have seen anything that morning at the park to call them. Well, with the statewide drought continuing, as we've mentioned, higher than average water demand and Connecticut's Department of Public Health asking for voluntary water conservation, Aquarian Water Company is requesting customers to shut down their sprinkler and irrigation systems for the season. Aquarian's reservoirs in the southwest region of the state are below half their capacity, and yet demand is running about 12.2% higher than the same period last year. Charles Ferlot, Aquarian president and CEO, said that due to the continuing drought and ongoing high water demand, Aquarian is asking customers to turn sprinklers and irrigation systems off for this season. He said it's important for our customers to support these voluntary conservation measures and to use our water resources wisely. The new request follows a previous customer alert and voluntary conservation request about a month ago. They suggest doing many things to save water, including turning off the sink while you brush your teeth or wash your face, switching to water-efficient toilets, washing machines, and dishwashers, taking shorter showers. But there's a lot more tips on how to conserve water at aquarianwater.com/conserve. And finally, at the East End restaurant was peppered with gunfire early Sunday, caught in the crossfire of rival gangs, according to the Connecticut Post. Police said at least one person was wounded and a young woman arrested after police said she was left holding the gun. Police said the shooting was related to a trial that ended Monday with the conviction of 2 gang members. Shantaziah Fleming, 23 years old of Terrace Circle, was charged with carrying a pistol without a permit, possession of a firearm, theft of a firearm, and possession of a weapon in a motor vehicle after police said she was found sitting in a car with a loaded .45 caliber handgun on the floor. Well, we're going to throw it over to Rob Adams one more time for a look at today's weather. Rob?
All right, Kate, partly sunny day, high near 57. Wind right around 6 out of the southeast. Slight chance of rain after 3 tonight. Then mostly cloudy with a low 47. Rain mainly after 8 tomorrow morning. Heavy at times. High 61. Chance of rain between 3/4 and 1 inch possible. 100% chance. 16 to 18 mile-hour winds out of the east. To Wednesday night, showers and possibly a thunderstorm could produce heavy rainfall with areas of fog and temperatures rising to 65 by 2 in the morning as we head into Thursday. Breezy with a southeast wind from 17 to 24. New rainfall between possibly 1 to 2 inches. Then to Thursday, chance of showers mainly before 8 in the morning. Areas of fog before 11. Otherwise cloudy and gradually becoming mostly sunny. High 71. Mostly clear and 46 for Thursday night. Sunny and 58 for Friday. We have 51 in Shelton. Ridgefield is peaked up to 45, and Darien, you have 52 degrees, Kate.
All right, thanks so much, Rob. Well, that's going to do it for your coffee break. Coming up at 12:30, The Drive with Denise, and of course 2 o'clock Nutmeg Sports. But I'll be back tomorrow at 11. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.